Hi everyone. You can obviously see a couple of new faces here. My name's Gecko. I was here last week. I was lucky enough to come off last week, and I've got another leader here with me today from Albany, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name's Tigerlily and I'm also from Albany. So hello, how are you?
So we're excited to be here with you today. This is the last webinar for Girl Guides WA for the 5 to 9-year-olds, I think, webinar, aren't we? Something like that. So if that's your age and that's who you are, you're definitely in the right place. So we thought today we would celebrate Plastic-Free July a little bit early. I know it's not July until tomorrow, if I've got my dates right. But we thought we would celebrate a little bit early with you. We thought, what a great way of having a little bit of fun and learning a little bit about Plastic-Free July. So what I'm going to do is, I know you guys haven't had much chance to have a chat. So last week I explained how to pop your hand up. Down the bottom, you've got a little icon where you can raise your hand and lower your hand. If you know what Plastic-Free July is, raise your hand now and Tigerlily will find someone to tell us what they think Plastic-Free July is. Is there anybody there, Tigerlily, thinks they know?
Not yet. Oh, yes, Jaya thinks she might know. Okay. Jaya, if you would like to talk to us, you need to unmute your Zoom.
I just
There you go.
I forgot mine.
Oh, that's all right, sweetheart. Do you know what Plastic-Free July is?
No, I accidentally pressed it.
Okay, not a problem.
That's all right. Is there anybody out there that knows what Plastic-Free July is? Is there anybody else with their hand up, Tigerlily?
No, no one else knows.
All right,
No.
Tigerlily, do you know what Plastic-Free July is?
I do. It's when, isn't it when we try not to use plastic for the whole month of July? Like all of July from tomorrow all the way through to the end of July. And we try and not use, so it means I don't have to brush my teeth because I haven't got a toothbrush. It means that I don't have to drink out of my plastic cups. It means that I don't have to wash my hair because I've got a plastic shampoo bottle. Isn't that what it means?
Almost, not quite. You're right. You try not to use lots of plastic or lots of single-use plastic. So things that you don't use. So things like your soap containers and things like that, they're not great, but they're not single use. If you get a big bottle and you use it over and over again and you can refill them, that's the idea of Plastic-Free July.
Oh, so I still have to have a shower and I still have to wash my hair and I still have to brush my teeth.
So girls, can you think of something other in your lunchbox when you go to school? I wonder if some of you have your sandwiches wrapped in plastic or in a paper bag maybe, or what's an idea? You can either pop it in chat or raise your hand if you'd like to talk to us. What's something you think you could use in Plastic-Free July that isn't plastic to put your lunch in or isn't single-use plastic? Have we got any takers, Tigerlily?
Oh, everyone's got an idea.
Awesome.
Okay, Cinnamon, you need to unmute yourself and then you'll be able to talk. All right, hi Cinnamon.
Hi.
Hello.
I think a lunchbox.
The actual lunchbox. Yeah.
That's a great idea. Is that what your lunch is in, Cinnamon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other ideas that we could use in your lunchbox that doesn't just use single-use plastic? Do you can I ask a question? Do you buy a water bottle every day from the shop?
No,
Or do you know what do you take to drink out of?
we use a water bottle that Mum bought.
So that's a great idea. So you refill that. So you're not throwing plastic away every day. Is that right?
Yeah. And
So that's awesome. That's another way that you can not use single-use. That's a great idea. Thanks for sharing, Cinnamon.
I thought of another way to not use lunch boxes
Tell
instead
us.
of using plastic. Compostable paper bags.
Ooh, now that's fancy. What a good idea.
That's a great idea. Thanks for sharing, Cinnamon.
Okay, now Penelope. Penelope, you just need to, yep, hello Penelope.
Hello.
Hello. What ideas have you got, Penelope?
Container.
What was that, sorry?
A container.
A container. And what would you put in that container, do you think?
Like sandwiches or like fruit.
That's a great idea. And then you wouldn't have any rubbish, would you? And then would you help Mum with or Dad with the dishes at home?
A little.
Would you do the dishes at home?
Just a little.
Yeah, that's great. And then you don't have to put the rubbish in the bin. So they are great ideas, girls. And that's just one way you can help not use single-use plastic in July, but any time of the year. Now, there's actually a website which is actually called Plastic Free July, which we will share with you later, which has got some great ideas and some things that you can do. I will just show you the screen now, and we will paste it into, oh dear, that didn't work. We will paste it into chat. Where are we? Okay, hang on girls. Sorry, it's not quite doing what I need it to do. Okay, here it is. Where are we? Here we are. Oh, there we go. So Plastic Free July. Hopefully you girls can see that. And it's a great website. So I'm going to take it from here and I'm going to pop it into chat in a moment for you, so you can have a look at it at a later date. It's got some great ideas. There's some really good videos you can watch. You can watch them with your family. You can share them with your friends, but there's some really, really great ideas there of things that you can do. I'm going to pop that into chat right now for you. There you go. All right. So one thing we did forget to do at the beginning, and I'm really sorry, is we forgot to sing Make New Friends, didn't we?
We did.
We did. So shall we do that now before we jump into a video I'm going to share with you about Plastic Free July?
Well, I would like to do that. Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Shall we go on 3? You ready, girls? 1, 2, 3. Make new friends,
but keep the old. One is silver and the other gold. A circle's round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend.
Sorry, girls, but there we go. All right, I'm going to share a video now with you about a little bit about plastic and where it goes into the ocean, just so you can get the idea of what Plastic Free July is actually a little bit about. It doesn't go for very long. I'm just going to share it with you right now. Oops, where are we? No, not that one. Where'd it go? Oh dear, seem to have lost it. Here we go. All right.
We have a grey line gecko. Do you know what that one's? Yeah.
Is that better now?
Much better, thank you.
Okay, that's okay. Let's give this a go.
Robert Smith.
10 simple ways to reduce plastic use for kids. We all use too much plastic. It's been used for a long time now and it stays around forever. That means the pile of plastic has built up and up. We now know that it is causing big problems, particularly for animals in the sea, as that's where a lot of plastic ends up once we've finished using it. We can all try to help our planet by reducing the amount of plastic we use. Did you know there are some really simple things you and your family can do to use less plastic? Here are 10 simple changes each of us can make. Number 1. If you're having a party, why not use paper decorations and flowers, maybe even a bubble machine, instead of balloons? Unfortunately, what goes up has to come down, which means that animals could end up eating the balloons, thinking they're food. That's really bad for them. Number 2. Instead of single-use plates and cups, they're the ones that you use once then throw away, you could use ones that can be washed and used again. Number 3. Rather than plastic party bags, why not use your imagination and give your friends something different, like flower seeds so they can grow something beautiful, or a voucher for a local bakery. Yum! Number 4. You could switch using a plastic straw for reusable ones, like these metal straws. Number 5. Add your plastic toothbrush for one made from bamboo. Number 6. When you finish with your old toys, pass them on to a friend, cousin, neighbour, or to a local charity shop or nursery. Number 7. When you go shopping, try to remind the adult that you go with to bring a reusable bag. Number 8. Did you know if you have an ice cream when you're out, it's better to get a cone than a plastic tub with a spoon? Plus, the cone is yummy. Number 9. You can make ice lollies at home with reusable molds instead of buying ones from a shop which are wrapped in plastic. Number 10. Get one good refillable water bottle rather than lots of single-use plastic bottles. If you want to find something else to do, you could help out at a local beach cleanup, picking up all the plastic rubbish so it doesn't end up in the sea. That's our list of 10 simple changes. Do you already do any of these things? If so, Turtle wants to give you a high five. Do you think you'll be able to start doing any of these things? Then Seagull wants to give you a high five. If you've got any other ideas for reducing plastic, or you'd like some other tips, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos for kids about...
Oops, it's still playing. Sorry, girls.
Bye.
All right. Okay, oops, let's stop this. Otherwise it will keep playing for us. Oh, stop. Okay. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that little, I thought that was a cute little video. I thought it was, told us a little bit, gave us some ideas about some things we can do. But you girls had already come up with lots of them already, so that's fantastic. Now, one of the things that it mentioned on there was reusable bags. So I'm sure lots of you have got parents that use reusable bags when they go shopping instead of using the plastic ones. And hopefully you have, and if you haven't, I'm going to give you a moment just to go an old t-shirt and a pair of scissors, because we're going to make, we can recycle an old t-shirt. So not a good one, not one that, you know, one with holes in it or one that's got too small for you. And we're going to make a reusable bag. So if you haven't got them things, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to a minute to get them while I find my video to show you what to do. So I'm going to play a video. It's going to show you through very quickly what we're going to do, and then we'll do it together. So don't worry about trying to cut up things and do anything while we're watching the video. It's just to give you an idea of what we're doing. So we'll give you about 30 seconds to go and grab anything you need to do, and then we'll start. And if you haven't got the stuff, it doesn't matter. You can do this later, okay? Because don't forget, all of these videos go onto YouTube, and with your parents' permission, you can log on later and have a go at home.
Now, while you guys are rushing off, for those of you that already have your stuff, if in the Zoom webinar chat, if you select, you've got a 2 and then a colon, And if you select all panelists, then it just comes to myself and Gecko and Magpie. If you select all panelists and attendees, you put the tick on that by clicking on it, you'll talk to everybody and everyone can see what's happening in the chat. And if you just want to private message someone, you tick them and you send them a message, okay? So just for those of you that don't know, that's what you do. Yes,
Awesome.
Penelope's got it.
Excellent. All right, girls, I'm going to find this video and I'm going to show you. But as I said, don't worry about starting to cut things up or anything else. We're just going to watch the video first and then we'll go through it together slowly, step by step. Oh, I need to get rid of this one. Go away. Oh, sorry, girls, it won't disappear. Here we go. I just need to move. You're going to get a bit of a blank screen for a moment. I'm sorry. And hopefully, aha, here we go. All right. So this video goes quite quickly, but as I said, don't worry about trying to follow along. We're just going to watch it so you girls are going to get an idea of what we're going to make. As I said, girls, it does. It did move very, very, very quick. So hopefully you've now got your old T-shirts and your scissors. Is everybody ready? I haven't got anybody saying no.
Nobody's saying no. We've just had some more people join us, but you keep going and I'll catch them up.
Excellent. All right. So the first thing you're going to do, girls, so I've got my old T-shirt here. I've actually got one of my children's old T-shirts. And what we're going to do, if you remember in the pictures, we're going to cut. We're going to start by cutting our round neck into a bit of a square. So that'll give us the opening of our bag. So I'm going to try and hold it up to the screen and do it while we're going. So as you can see, I'm going to share you a picture of what shape we're cutting and where we're cutting. I managed to find some pictures too. So hopefully this will help us. Okay, so can you see this picture here? I'm going to make it bigger. Can you see the picture, the big yellow shirt? Can you see the rectangle around the neck? Can you see it's not all the way down? It's just till sort of halfway where the arms are. So let's cut this rectangle out of our shirt. Let's start there. So I'm going to cut.
So Gecko, what do we need to remember about scissors?
We need to remember they're very sharp. Hopefully you've got some scissors that will cut. So you need to cut away from your fingers. Okay, and if you've got an adult that's nearby that can help you, they might be able to hold the shirt while you cut, or you might be able to hold the shirt while they cut, because it is pretty tricky.
Should we cut the T-shirt on our bed?
Oh, no, I don't think. I'm going to cut mine in the air. See, like this. I'm going to hold it up and I'm going to cut down so that I'm cutting away from my fingers and away from my body, and I'm not cutting into any beds or any bits of paper that don't belong to me.
Oh, because I think I'd get busted by Mr. Tigerlily if I cut into the bed.
I think you would. I think I'd get busted too. So I'm going to give this a go. It's a bit tricky because I'm trying to do this in the air. But you can see that I'm cutting down to hopefully just past where the neck is. I'm just going to pull away from the screen for a moment. And it doesn't matter if it's 100% square. It can be pretty rough, but I'm going to show you what I'm left with. Can you see I've sort of got a bit of a rough square there? A bit more of a rounded square, but it'll work. Okay? When you've done that, do you want to give Tigerlily a thumbs up? And then we'll know we're ready to move on to the next bit. Have we got some thumbs up, Tigerlily?
Not yet, no.
Right, or just a yes in chat so we know that you're ready to move on.
I'm not even sure. Can you put your thumbs up in webinar?
Oh, maybe not. Possibly not. Maybe a yes. I'll keep going, and if you want me to slow down, girls, then just type stop in chat. Okay, so you can see this. There is
I've got lots of yeses now.
Okay, awesome. So you can see here, can you see hopefully you can see my mouse. You can see there's one line here where the sleeve is and another line here. So what we're going to do is, that line is the seam of the shirt. So the seam is where the two pieces of fabric, the one in the arm and the one to the piece that you wear down the front, are sewn together. And we're going to cut the arm off. So I'm going to cut one side off.
But what if I want to wear it again?
Well, we're turning it into a bag, Tigerlily, and there's nothing to say you can't wear a bag, I suppose.
Well, that's true. That's true.
You could maybe wear it as a beanie.
You could. And in fact, actually, not to be too silly, but I actually, because I was being a bit silly just then, but I actually have, in fact, seen Girl Guides make beanies in a very similar thing to this.
So you can see now, girls, I've got like a singlet, I suppose, because I've cut this arm off here and I've cut this arm off here. And then I've got my opening at the top of the bag. And you can see mine's cut really roughly. I haven't made it neat. I can always go back later and neaten it up if I want to. Okay?
Does it matter? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. No, but if I can keep it like that. Now what you can see is I'm going to turn my shirt. See how I've got a picture on my shirt and I've got the seams. So now I'm going to turn it inside out. So the picture's on the inside. See?
I just want to say, Penelope, don't worry. We're going to slow down. So you let us know when you've got the two seams cut off of your two arms cut off your shirt.
Yep.
My goodness.
It's all good. So you can see that I've got like a singlet looking shirt that I've turned it inside out. So the picture is now on the inside and the tag of the shirt I've got on the outside.
Can we cut that off if it's annoying us?
We can, but that's going to be on the inside of our bag, Tigerlily.
Okay.
So you're not really going to know it's there. But it's up to you. If you want to cut that off, that's fine.
Okay.
So hopefully we've all got our singlet looking shirt. We've got our arms cut off and our hole at the top. Can you see these little lines down the bottom? So these little lines, you don't need a ruler. I'm not using a ruler, but you will need to put your shirt flat. We're going to make each of these little lines is a cut with our scissors. You don't have to do that many. Your shirt, you might need to do more, you might need to do less, but they're about 1 to 2 centimeters apart. So if you look at your finger and if you want to measure and you look at the first little ridge of your finger, or even the second, it's up to you. You can use your finger as a space, but please don't cut into it. When you measure, put your finger up the top of the shirt and snip down the bottom, okay? So hopefully we're all ready to give that a go. And I'm going to go along and do that. You can do that too, and then I'll show you. I'll have like little fringe, and I'm cutting in probably a couple of centimeters, because what we're going to need to do is use the fabric to make knots. We've got to have enough room to make knots.
Okay, so those of you that are can you guys let us know, please, when you have got your sleeves cut off your shirt, and then you can start on the fringe. And if you've cut the sleeves off your shirt already, you should really start your fringe. Start cutting.
Really?
So those little cuts at the bottom where I'm pointing at my screen, which makes no sense to you.
These ones here, Tigerlily?
Yes, those ones there. So when you have cut the shoulders off, then you cut the fringe. Some people have almost finished tying their knots.
Wow.
They're just
You guys
cruising
are
along.
super speedy. Can you see my fringe, Tigerlily?
Can you hold it? Yes, I can.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so can you see I've got a fringe all the way along the bottom, and you can see I didn't measure mine. They're not all even. So it doesn't matter, and it makes your bag unique to you. Okay, so that's what you should end up with, a little fringe down the bottom of your shirt. And when you're ready, you're going to take the two pieces that belong together, because you've got the front and the back, and you're going to tie a knot. Now, this could be a really good girl guide trick, because you girls might know some different knots. You might know just a normal knot, which is an overhand knot, or you might want to get tricky and you might want to do a reef knot, or there's all sorts of knots. You can choose what knot you tie together. I'm just going to do just an overhand knot, just like this. So how are you girls? How are they going, Tigerlily?
They're going okay. I think some people are still running a little behind. I'm getting I've got one stop. But just to let you know, this is being recorded. So as soon as the recording's finished, you can rewind and go back. And we can also, I can post the link up on here as well of the one that you're using, so that everyone can have that. Because this is actually a really, really cool activity that you can all take back to your units and get your leaders to do again. And it's something you can teach your unit, and you can probably get the hands badge for it, because, or the scissors badge, because you're actually, you know, doing this with your hands and your scissors. And it's also Plastic Free July, so there's a whole lot of things. And it would be, if you're doing any planning with your leaders coming up, this is a really cool one, because it's really easy to do. And you can either do it as, if you're doing your junior BP, you can show it as a patrol activity. If you're just suggesting stuff, it's an easy one. And making bags, even if you make the bags and you put it into your local boomerang bag, if you have boomerang bags where you live, which
What's
you
a
may or may
boomerang bag,
not.
Tigerlily?
Yeah, a boomerang bag. Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Good question, seeing I've been asking all the loaded questions recently. A boomerang bag is a bag that you pick up at Woolies or Coles or IGA, and it's one you just borrow. So you might have forgotten, like, what you're actually doing. Sorry, no, I've forgotten what I was doing. You might have forgotten your bags. So you can grab a boomerang bag out of the boomerang bag box and load up all your groceries and take it away. And then next time you're in the shop, you can put the boomerang bag back after you've washed it, obviously, which I'm sure they'll all be coming back in another couple of weeks once all our restrictions have been lifted. So probably around mid-July.
Awesome. So, girls, you can see, once you've got the bottom cut off, once you've got your fringe, I've gone along and I've tied knots in all the double pieces. some of mine, because I was very intrigued in what Tigerlily was saying. Some of them I've actually knotted 2 different pieces together, not the same knot. It doesn't matter as long as you've got no gaps at the bottom of your bag, because otherwise you're going to pop something in. It's okay, Penelope, you can keep knotting. I'm not going to move on anywhere. It's all good. You can just keep going. And then if you've got any, see how I've got some big ends? I'm going to go back and find a couple of pieces and I'm just going to knot them together. Okay. Is there anybody that has finished doing their knotting that wants to tell us how they went with it and give us any ideas? Is there anyone that wants to, you can pop your hand up and Tigerlily will unmute you. You might be able to give the ones that are a little bit not as quick at moving with their knots, because it is quite tricky. You can give us any good tips of how to get it done. No, I think we're all still busy knotting, are we?
We are still busy knotting.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I have got another video I'd like to share with you, a quick one while we're knotting. So how about I share that and you girls can watch that and keep knotting and keep going before we finish up. Does that sound okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to find this last little video that I found, which is on, oops, not that one. Here we go, on plastics. Let's have it see this.
This story begins with a single plastic bag. One bag that I got from my local grocery store to carry home a single container of peach yogurt. Once I got home, I shoved the bag in with all the other bags, next to another bag full of other bags, and I never really thought about it. Maybe I tried not to think about it. I mean, I'm an average guy. I'm not what you consider a tree hugger. I try to be informed, I try to do the right thing, but I find that it can all be a bit overwhelming at times. I live in a small town in Colorado, and it wasn't until my town challenged another town a few hours away to see who could reduce their use of plastic bags the most that I first started to think about plastic bags and what we do with them. I mean, we all have a lot of bags, right? Everybody does the same thing. We collect them, we shove them anywhere they'll go, like under the sink, into closets, junk drawers. We throw a pile away every now and then just to be done with them, because they're disposable, right? They were created to be thrown away. But let's face it, there's a dirty little secret here, even if we won't admit it. Just because plastic is disposable doesn't mean it just goes away. After all, where is away? There is no away. It actually sticks around for a really long time. That got me thinking about all the endless products made out of plastic. A lot of them designed to be used for less than 1 day. Heck, less than 15 minutes even. Once I began looking around, pretty much everything seemed to be made of plastic. Could all this plastic in my life maybe even be bad for me? So I started looking into it. The way it doesn't go away, the way it pollutes, the way it flies and floats and drifts and clogs and entangles. The way it gets into things so big and so small. The way we can't escape it anymore. The way, eventually, we may not have any recourse. We'll all just simply have to stand up and say, bag it.
So I found that was just a short of a much longer video that I thought was just makes us think a little bit about plastic bags and just plastic in general. So hopefully you've learned a little bit about Plastic Free July. Hopefully you can take some of these ideas and implement them at home, maybe at school, maybe at guides. And if everybody does a little bit, we might be able to stop some of the plastic going into the ocean. And like our laws say, and our promise says, make choices for a better world. So don't worry if you haven't got your knots done, okay, but we are going to finish up in a moment. You girls can keep going at home, but this is my bag. You can see I've tried to knot all the ends so they're as tight as possible. And once you've knotted the bottom of your bag, you're going to turn it back in the right way round. So my picture now, all the knots are going to go in the inside of my bag. And so you can see it's hidden. What you can still see, look, there's a few that are poking out the end. So there's more, so there's some knots that I need to do a little bit tighter. But other than that, that's my reusable bag. So hopefully you girls have all got bags. These make really awesome gifts too, girls. If you've got friends that have, or parents or anybody, they make really wonderful gifts.
And you know when you go to a birthday party and you take like a little bag, you know, with the present inside it, those bags are also, unfortunately, they're not paper, they're covered in plastic. The paper is covered in plastic, which, you know, we usually recycle or reuse those bags. I'm sure you've had that. So instead, you could make your friend a bag out of a t-shirt and put the present in there. That would be kind of fun.
That's awesome, Tiger Lily. That's a great idea. All right, so good luck with your bags, girls. I hope they turn out absolutely wonderful. We need to say a really huge big thank you, I think, since it's our last online, to Magpie. Magpie, would you like to unhide yourself for a moment, please? Oh, here she comes. This is Magpie. So you probably all would have chatted to Magpie over the course of this term, and without Magpie, these sessions wouldn't have been possible. She's been hiding in the background doing all the hard stuff. We've had the easy jobs as leaders, being there and having fun with you girls. So I'd like a big bravo for Magpie. Tiger Lily, you're good at leading this. I'm going to take your lead.
Okay. B-R-A-V-O. Bravo!
Wow, thank you so much. I've had a really good time. Thank you.
And I'm sure, girls, I'm sure you'd all love to say thank you to the leaders that have brought you all the way through this term, not us. But can you remind us who they are, please, Magpie?
Oh, we've had Kanga and Bandicoot and Ren and Bree, and we had Linda. We had lots of different leaders for this group, and you guys have been amazing too. So thank you so much for coming and doing this.
So without all these amazing leaders that you've had, girls, this wouldn't have been possible. So they need an absolute huge thank you. So if they're your leaders or leaders, if you see them around, don't forget to give them a big thank you. Okay.
Oh, and if you see us in a few years at a camp, and you can come and tell us, hello, I remember you. We'd love to meet you.
We would. So with that, girls, we're going to leave with our promise. We hope you have a fantastic journey back to Guides face-to-face next term. And as Tiger Lily says, if you ever see us around at any state events, don't forget to come up and say hi. All right. So we'll finish with our promise. Oh, start me off. Been a while. Thank you. I promise that I will
do my best
to be true to myself
and to develop my beliefs,
to serve my community
and Australia,
and
to make choices for a better world.
Oh, look, let's start this again. Tiger Lily and I are very old girl guides, so I'm going to be totally honest, and we forget the promise. So the promise is, I promised that I would do my best to be true to myself and develop my beliefs, serve my community and Australia, and live by the guide law. All right. See you, girls, and thank you for joining us. Have fun back at Guides. Bye.
Bye.